The Nursing Dose with your host, Dr. Farah Laurent. Today, I'm going to come on just for a few minutes and I'm going to discuss 5 tips that you can use as a brand new nurse that you probably have never thought of and how it can actually help you get hired faster. Why should you listen? Because I'm a nurse career coach that has helped over 200 new nurses and nursing students like yourself get hired faster and get specialty areas like the emergency room, ICU, labor and delivery, NICU, you name it, all the places that they're telling you that you can't get into, okay? In record time in cities like San Francisco and New York City. So, let's get into the tips. I also have a free webinar that I invite you to join. The link I will share later, but you can go now and sign up for it. Newnursejob.com. It's going to be happening this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I typically do it weekly. So let's say you can't join us this Thursday. It's okay. Sign up on newnursejob.com. And when the next one opens up, you will get notified. All right, so let's get it. We have a few minutes to get into these steps. Also, if you want to read a little bit more in detail about some of these interview tips and job search tips I have, go on my newsletter. I just dropped it today on LinkedIn. And I also drop weekly videos on YouTube. Go to the Nursing Dose with Farah. You could subscribe. And I have a specific channel just for new graduate nurses and nursing students with a ton of content. Okay, so let's get into it. Number 1, stop just applying and start showing up, both virtually and in person. What am I talking about? If you're a nursing student or a new grad, yes, you should apply. However, you have to show up and be more visible by creating content on LinkedIn, creating videos. I often do an introduction video with my new clients when they join my coaching program. And I teach them how to be more proactive in their job search, how to do outreach on LinkedIn, how to go to events, how to find certain events that they should be at to network, and just really just how to show up virtually and in person. Okay. So that is extremely important to be visible, both online and in person, because it's going to help you get hired faster. For everybody that's currently in their maybe last rotation, your last semester, these are the places that you need to start creating networks, relationships, start talking to nurse managers, getting their emails, asking them for their phone number, or potentially inviting them out for lunch, talking to them about, hey, I might be interested in your labor and delivery unit. Can we perhaps jump on a phone call or jump on a Zoom call so you can kind of talk to me about how I can better prepare myself when I do graduate? Or, you know what, I would love to schedule an interview once I graduate. Is that possible? Start having those conversations. Okay. Which brings me to number 2 is send bold, uncomfortable messages. Okay. What do I mean by that? LinkedIn is extremely underutilized by nursing students and new grads. Okay. LinkedIn is literally the place to go if you want to look up a nurse manager, a recruiter, or build a connection where you don't currently have. You can send a request, you can type a message in the request, or let's say you're already connected with that particular recruiter or hiring manager, or maybe there's a nurse you want to get connected with. If you're already connected with that person, you can simply send a message. But I don't want you to just send a text type message. I want you to either send a voice note on LinkedIn. A lot of people don't know that there's an actual option to send a voice note, but you only have a minute capacity, but you can send multiple voice notes. But I would send at least one to introduce yourself, or even better, record an actual video, and you can send that in your DMs. Okay. I'm giving you guys all of the tea. Okay. So that's number 2. In that message, you can also, not just LinkedIn, but you can also send an email. Okay. But don't sound like everybody else, right? You want to make sure that you sound different. I don't know if I had my volume all the way down, but I hope that you guys could hear me on TikTok. So I'm currently live on TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. If you happen to be watching this and you're like, what am I talking about? I'm talking about 5 ways that you could stand out as a nursing student or a new graduate nurse and how to get hired faster. Want to learn more? Want to learn more strategies and my rinse and repeat framework on how I've helped over 200 nurses? Join me in my next free webinar. How do you sign up? Go to newnursejob.com. It's this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. PST. Okay. Number 3, how are you going to stand out in your interviews? You definitely need an interview pitch. Most people don't have this. Okay. If you design and craft a really good, compelling interview pitch that is engaging and that grabs the interviewer's attention and helps you stand out by not just reciting what's on your resume, but also giving them a little bit more about you so they can get to know you, you will definitely stand out, be unforgettable, and get hired probably on the spot that same day. A lot of my nurse clients are getting same day offers. If you don't believe me, go check out the receipts. Go to my website, nursefair.com. You'll see video testimonials, written testimonials, and also on LinkedIn and TikTok, I have a ton of video testimonials from past clients. Okay. Who has helped them with that interview pitch? Of course, me. Okay. Number 4, many of you are not addressing controversial topics and actual public health crisis issues that are happening in healthcare in your interview. A good example that I like to bring up is any nurse that's interested in women's health, particularly labor and delivery, postpartum. If you are not bringing up the public health crisis that's currently happening in the US, where Black and brown women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die due to pregnancy-related complications, and not bringing up how you're going to advocate for all patients and how you're not afraid to advocate and address these controversial topics, right? What are you doing? You have to just address these topics, okay? Stop showing up to your interviews talking about superficial stuff and trying to sound like a textbook and saying, hey, I'm going to deliver evidence-based practice, and I'm going to improve outcomes. Yeah, okay, great. But how are you going to do that? You have to start addressing these controversial topics and having the conversations and talking and demonstrating things that you've done that show that you can actually make a difference if you get hired. Okay. And then lastly, get some help. Get yourself a nurse career coach like myself, where I can guide you through these things and you don't have to do it alone. Okay. Like I said, join my next free webinar, newnursejob.com, this Thursday. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me for more content. I gotta run, but I hope this was all helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about interviews, job search. Drop them in the chat, and I'll see you in the next webinar, and I'll see you in my next lives. And keep watching the content. Okay. Hope that was helpful. Take care. Talk to you